welcome to Gamers Talk Games. This is a brand new series we're adding to the channel where we're going to be looking at the subscription-based gaming services that are available now. The chief one for me is one very close to my heart. As an Xbox gamer originally, the Game Pass for me hopefully holds some untold gems in there. There's a slight disclaimer, it probably doesn't, but we'll see. So what we're going to do is we're going to score the games on a couple of different criteria. The first one for me is the 2-hour playability. This is a big one. I've got so many games where I've played them for less than that 2-hour period and I don't go back to them. I'm not a fan of refunds. We do it on Steam. Steam will give you a refund. I'm not a fan of it. Game developers, they do need supporting, so by leaving that money in there, hopefully it lets them do better things. But the 2-hour thing for me, that will tell me whether this game is going to be a playable game or not. The next criteria is going to be 3 hours. Do I enjoy this game enough within that 2-hour period that I'm going to play that third hour? So to test these games, we literally are setting that rule, 2 hours. So as far as the games are concerned, there's some big names on there and I will hit some of the big titles, but for me, I'm going to pick the games completely at random. You know, we can't go A to Z, there's too many. If you like a game down at T, well, we'll see you at Christmas. So the first game we're going to play is Cricket. Ashes Cricket is a interesting game. It's been on there for a little while. I've always looked past it. The thumbnail for it doesn't look particularly good. It's kind of a little bit bland, a little bit boring, but I decided to give this one a go. I have played a cricket game before, albeit a long time ago. It was a Brian Lara game, so I have no real thing to gauge this on. I have to say, this game doesn't look great. It doesn't look bad either, I will be honest with that. It looks okay, but the game itself, the UIs are kind of boring. They're not very well thought out. The game itself, it's a little bit too bright. It looks a little bit washed out. It is what it is. The movement of the characters though is very good. You can see it's been motion captured. The actual movement of the players, it's fluid, it works, it doesn't take you out of the game whatsoever. But the characters, they do look a little boring. The facial animations don't really do anything. All the players look the same. It's that kind of FIFA 2015 waxed face kind of look, which is strange. You open the game up and there's a face there blinking and things like that, and you think, oh wow, okay, these guys are doing facial captures. That's awesome, that's great. It literally doesn't do anything in the game whatsoever. So graphics aside, the people I imagine who are going to play this game will be, I suppose, cricket fans. So a lot of this is going to be about the actual technical performance of the game. What does it play like? What's that gameplay like? And I have to be honest, it's fine. So the game is broken down into two areas. You've got bowling and you've got batting. The batting, very, very straightforward. You've got a little HUD, you've got a directional indicator. You decide where you're going to place your shot. You've got a different selection of shots between aggressive shots, defensive shots, technical shots, or a normal strike. And it's a timing thing. Little icon appears on the floor, hit it at the right time, 4. It's that complicated. So this is where the game first falls on its face for me, is the batting itself is kind of repetitive, but that's cricket. You hit one ball, you hit another ball, you hit another ball, all in the same direction, all with the same shot. You time it right. The bowler will move his field around. Interestingly, I watched the trailer on this and they were talking about the AI, how the AI will respond to your gameplay. The AI doesn't respond to your gameplay. It's not that impressive. So that's all the kind of gameplay is. Hit, hit, hit. It's a little bit boring, to be fair. But that's cricket. Just so you know, by the way, I'm not saying cricket's boring, I'm saying that's what the game is hit, hit, hit. The bowling itself is a little bit more technical, so you've got to choose the type of ball you're going to do, you've got a charge meter where you're going to hit and things like that. You know, it feels okay. It's got a little bit of the feel of kind of playing sort of golf and things like that with the bar and whatnot, although this one's straight. But it's one of those kind of gameplay mechanics. It's familiar, it's what these games do, and it works, it fits the purpose, so I have no issues with that. 2 hours though, 2 hours of doing the same thing, bat, 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 bowl, bowl. So I'm going to talk about some of the issues I've got with the game, and forget the repetitive nature, because that's cricket. Cricket is not a one-dimensional sport in that, it's kind of predictable, in that that's what it is. If you were a batsman, you were stood at the crease and you were batting. If you were a bowler, you were stood at the bowling bit. I don't know cricket. and you bowl the ball. It's fine. That is what it is. But one of the biggest issues for the game with me is the license. The game is the Ashes. It's England versus Australia, and they're battling it out for, well, for this. So basically, they burn the wickets, I think, and put the Ashes in there, and they take it away for a year. It's a big thing. But cricket is massive in the world. You go to India, Pakistan, South Africa. This is a national sport for so many countries out there. And so I'm looking at it going, well, who's going to buy it? I mean, the Australians will buy it. The English guys, I guess, will buy it. But who else? There's a creative mode involved, so you can rename players. There's generically named players in there, so you can rename them and name them to actual cricket players. But honestly, in this day and age, is that an acceptable thing? Not to me anyway. Look at it and go, who looked at the fan base? Who looked at it and said, we only need 2 countries to win this game. We don't need the rest of the world. Let the rest of the world have the other stuff. And that, for me, makes this game suffer a little bit. If you haven't got the purchase numbers from selling to a worldwide audience, then where's the development for future games? It's a worrying kind of idea for me. So it's a strange choice. It's repetitive as well. I mean, it's literally the same names over and over and over again. You play as England if you're English, you play as Australia if you're Australian. Maybe you change around for some unknown reason, but it's the same thing. For me, the Ashes, it's not the best looking game in the world, but it's not the worst. It looks alright. It gets away with it. It's got that look. You can see it's not a brand new game, but it's passable. The gameplay, solid. It feels good. I haven't played any of the cricket games, so I can't really comment, but it feels fine. It feels responsive. The players move to your input, which is really, really good. There's no sluggishness, there's no detachment from the player and for yourself. There's a couple of little frustrating moments where your player gets knocked out. Knocked out? Is that the right word? Knocked out? Where he stood outside of the crease and you can't control anything to move him back in. It's a little bit frustrating, but you know, it's not a major game breaker for me. But the gameplay's okay. If you like cricket, you'll like this game. If you like world cricket, buy a game with world cricket put in. All in all, Ashes for me, it's been an interesting game. It's been an interesting one to start, actually, because it's not been cut and dry. I enjoyed the game. I played it for the 2 hours solid, so there's a 1 tick in the box. Would I play it for a 3rd hour? Maybe. Possibly. I know it's not really an answer, not really a definitive kind of review, but it is what it is with that game. I think it's a game which you can't be definitive of. Some people will like it, some people won't. Cricket fans will like it, cricket fans won't like it. It's fine. It's one of those games which will be a little bit of a Marmite type of situation. What can we do? Now, I wasn't going to give a score when reviewing these games, but I figure I might do actually. So, this game, the Ashes, for me, I'd score it a good solid 6 out of 10. It's got some repetitive gameplay. It's not the best looking game in the world, but as far as cricket goes, technically, the game's fine. The control of the players, the responsiveness of the controls, the fact that it is a cricketing game is fine. Yes, the licensing hurts it a little bit. I'm knocking a couple of points off for the licensing alone. Graphically, shadow-wise, things like that could have been a little bit better. The saturation feels a little bit off for me. The side bits where you can build a stadium and stuff are throwaway extras. They absolutely add nothing to the game whatsoever. But it's a solid outing. Listen, if you like cricket, get the game. It's free on Game Pass. It doesn't hurt. I would love to hear people's comments, by the way. So if people do download the game, or indeed if you've played it already or are currently playing it, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd like to know what cricket fans feel about the Ashes. What are your thoughts about the gameplay? How do you feel it stacks up against other cricket games? I'd love to hear those comments, so please put them below. But other than that, that's the first one for Gamers Talk Games, a cricket game. Who'd have thought it? So there's the first review. Ashes Cricket, 7 out of 10. Yes, I played it for 3 hours. It's alright. So until the next one, guys, please subscribe. Leave a comment below. Tell me what games in the Game Pass you would like our opinion on, and we will certainly get them to you. But until then, guys, thank you very much, and have a good one.